Hi, welcome to this edition of TMC Newsroom on the Road. I'm Erik Linask, and I'm here in Dallas, Texas, with the president and CEO of Odin Telesystems, Hanz Johansson. Hanz, welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
This is the first time you and I have had a chance to talk, and I was wondering maybe you could start by giving us sort of a historical view of Odin's product line.
Yeah, we started way back in 1993, I guess, making, I guess, what we call telecom adapter boards. And back then, I guess we started with ISDN basic rate boards, and there was, an ISA bus, and that's now gone, of course. But we have progressed from there, and we have made a lot of different types of telecom adapter boards, mainly now lately, I guess, in the T1E1 arena. So we have PCIe boards, even smaller boards that go into laptops. About 10 years ago, so we introduced a 2 T1E1 card that actually is in the form of a PCMCI card, and that one has evolved into an express card form factor. So and actually have added a couple more interfaces to it, so it can have up to 4 interfaces. And it's a little card that plugs into your modern laptop that has the express card time slots.
And from that, though, then you also evolved into some larger boards and some standalone rack-mountable equipment as well.
Yes, lately, I guess. We've been in this board industry for so many years now, and just recently we have taken the step to add on another product, the standalone products that are either desktop mount or rack mountable. They have an integrated processor in them. They have also still T1E1 type interfaces, but also what we added is the IP part of it, so they have an Ethernet interface. And with that embedded processor, you actually could, in essence, replace, in certain cases, the PC and run the whole system just standalone. So that's the newest product to our product portfolio.
Now, one of the other things that you've recently done is incorporated open source in the form specifically of Asterisk into your latest product as well. What was the motivation behind that?
We believe that open source is the way for the future here. That it's such a growing field, I guess, area, and Asterisk, has been around now, I guess, for 10 years. I guess they just celebrated their 10-year anniversary.
Sure did.
We went to Astricon, and there we introduced our standalone box, which we had then preloaded with the asterisks on it. So it's, of course, open source, so anybody can modify it. We just take the box and we put a little package on there with asterisks, and so they can take it and make it into a PBX kind of system.
So looking at that product then, obviously there are several other products that incorporate Asterisk, as well as other proprietary technologies in small packages, small footprints. But so what differentiates your product from some of those others?
I believe that there aren't that many that incorporate as many T1E1 interfaces into our product. We have used, since we're right here in Dallas, we have a close relationship with TI. We use their processors. We have now put the TI DaVinci processor in there. It's actually a multi-core processor. It has 3 different cores in there. And it is fairly powerful, allowing us to actually run calls, numerous calls, more calls than, I guess, any other standalone Asterisk box that's out there in the industry today. So, and we are just now adding additional features to that by adding additional processors that you can put into the same box. So which would further increase the call capacity.
And one of the things that you've seen a need for, certainly over the past decade or so, is an increased need for monitoring capabilities.
True. Yeah, we have certainly after 9/11, we saw that the lawful interception industry really kicked in, and we have, I guess, geared our products in that direction, so that we can now monitor more and more spans, more and more calls on one single board. So we have one PCIe board, for instance, that can monitor up to 16 E1 lines on it, and that one can be combined with other boards and to make a fairly complex, large monitoring system.
Mm-hmm. And what about monitoring video streams? There's a lot of video communications via Skype and other technologies.
That's right. We are not monitoring the video stream per se, but we have a way to extract the audio out of the video stream, which seems to be of interest for certain products that take a 3G video call, for instance, and then that can go into our box, and we can then extract out the audio a portion of that and then do transcoding on it and send it out in a different form factor, which seems to be a need for that kind of product in certain parts of the world.
Certainly, unfortunately, it's become a necessary evil.
Yes.
A large percentage of your business comes from outside of North America. What differences do you see in the market and the need for your kinds of products that drives that business overseas for you?
Well, I guess it's mainly, I guess, the monitoring products, I guess, that have been growing outside of the U.S. And I can't say for sure why we are selling more outside. It must be our marketing that, I guess, more geared, focused towards the rest of the world. But we probably export 80% of our products to certain parts of Europe and East Asia. So.
And typically, what size are those businesses that become your end users?
Oh, that varies quite a bit. We deal with small companies as small as just 10 employees and up to companies that have probably 50,000 employees. So it's a wide range.
Mm-hmm. What any plans for future enhancements to the product line or new products that you can talk about?
Well, we're continuing, I guess, focusing on the IP part of it. That we believe that, and all of the serial interfaces, the parallel interfaces, are pretty much gone. So any new product is going to be type gigabit Ethernet based. Mm-hmm. Even though that it's going to be, I guess, we're going to have a lot of these gateway products that can go from TDM over to packet, and then we believe that in the future, all the communication is going to be packet based. We can just look at, the way cell phone industry, LTE, coming here fairly soon, and then that's going to be all packet based.
Sure.
And we can see that our products might even have some wireless interfaces then in the future as well.
Well, so that's certainly going to be exciting for you to develop. We've been talking here in this edition of TMC Newsroom on the Road with Hanz Johansson from Odin Telesystems. Hanz, thanks very much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.